change and a differential change. So we come out to check our vegetation burn, and we're going to restack this and get it burning again using a Mahindra tractor. That's how you restack a fire using a Mahindra tractor with a 4-in-1 front loader bucket, an HST 3550, 49 horse rated, got all synthetic fluids throughout it. It's got a backhoe with a hydraulic thumb on it, and yeah. Best place to get these is Keno Tractors in Keno, Oregon. It's 9 miles west of Klamath Falls, Oregon. Biggest dealers on the West Coast. Great people. Eric's the owner. Nan is the parts person. George is a mechanic, and there's others there that are really great people. I can't name them all, but they do really good work, and they sell great products, great service. They sell the best tractors, and they know how to get the stuff for you. They got the WR long 4-in-1 bucket for me. They got all the parts and made the hydraulic thumb on the backhoe, which is a great advantage. Got 355 hours on this tractor. It's only 2 years old. I love the tractor, and so does my grandson. He's always asking Grandpa to take him for a ride. We do it whenever we can. Okay, this is Fred again, down here restacking my fire and showing you my Mahindra tractor. I'll tell you a couple good things about Mahindra tractors and why I went with Mahindra instead of the green and yellow one and some of the other ones, orange and some of the others. But this is really an outstanding tractor, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But first of all, I got to tell you that when you buy a brand new tractor from Keno Tractors down in Keno, Oregon, that you get one of these hats after you spend a whole lot of money. Keno owner's track hat, and it says being an owner. Anyway, one of the good things about these tractors is that they don't use a diesel particulate filter on the exhaust. That's really important, because on all the others you got to stop every 50 hours and you got to let them regenerate like a big over-the-road rig. This has what's called a PVC, positive, or PCV, positive crankcase ventilation system, where it doesn't plug up your exhaust filter. You don't have to run the engine at 22 to 2300 RPM all the time. If you don't, it doesn't heat the exhaust up enough to burn out the particulates in the exhaust filter. And if that plugs up, you got to have it cleaned out or replaced. You're going to pay $1,800 to $2,200 to either get it cleaned out or replaced. This here doesn't have that. I can idle this thing all day. I can run it at 1300 RPMs to 1500 RPMs all day, do all the work I need to. It powers the hydraulics just fine, and it doesn't use that much fuel, doesn't have to use a lot of fuel because it's not running at high RPM, and it doesn't plug anything up. If you want to run it a little faster because you want to clear it out a bit, you can do that too. Run it 1800 RPMs. But they're really good on fuel. I haven't had any grief with this tractor at all. It's been very good for me. I really appreciate what Mahindra did with their engines for these tractors. And they're tough as nails. I've had this thing down in holes where I've dug out stumps and almost tipped it over, and it righted itself with a little help and didn't hurt a thing on it. Well, we just got it back up here to the house. It's got 355 hours on it, and it's got all AMSOIL products, all the lubrication products in it, AMSOIL grease, the marine grease. It's got their full synthetic hydraulic oil in the transmission and all the hydraulics. That's about 10 gallons for a oil change on that. It takes 2 quarts of engine oil. It uses the AMSOIL 15 weight 40, their heavy duty diesel oil. It stays just clean as a whistle, has for the whole time I've had it. When I've drained it, it's not too dark. Put new Mahindra oil filters in it and works great. I've had a few little problems with it, but Mahindra and Keno tractor has been really good on supplying parts so I can fix it myself. I've had a few hydraulic hoses that have either gone bad or I've bumped them on stumps or trees and I've replaced those. But other than that, it's been a real solid tractor. It's built very heavy. Sitting here like it is, it's 7,500 pounds, so it's pretty substantial. It does a lot of work. I've lifted a lot of things with the front loader to move them around. I've got a pair of forks for it. I have a 7-foot box scraper. I have an auger with 2 bits, a 6-inch and a 9-inch, and dug lots of holes with them. Works great. So anyway, if you need a good tractor, you don't want a blue one or an orange one or a green and yellow one, you can always get a red one like this and be happy with it. So I figured that I got a tractor that's good enough to last me for the rest of my lifetime, and I'll give it to my kids and they can use it for all their properties and what they need to do. Anyway, thanks a lot to Mahindra and Keno Tractors.